Guys, I'm filming this after filming the main part of this video you're about to watch. I just want to say you need to watch this entire video with me. I know it's a long video, but you need to watch it. This handheld console that GPD's just announced is absolutely mind-blowing, and you need to see everything that it includes because it's absolutely crazy. I had to add this at the start of the video because just to encourage you to watch the whole video because it is absolutely insane, guys. Anyways, enjoy the video. Let me know in the comments what you think, and please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon. I'm Blaze2K. Enjoy the video because you're going to love this one. You're going to love this one. Please watch it all right? Enjoy the video. Damn! Look at that thing! The Steam Deck has some serious competition coming, guys. Let's get into it. This is absolutely insane. Let's get into it. I'm Blaze2K. Please drop a like, hit the subscribe, and click the bell icon because you're going to want to hear this. So guys, the company called GPD, it's a Chinese company. They've been putting out Windows and Android gaming handhelds for years. I even had a couple of them. I had the GPD Win back in the day. If you go check my channel, I actually did a video on it. I also had the GPD XD, which was an Android version of it, which ran a Android. It looked like a Nintendo 3DS, a clamshell design with thumbsticks, controls, and it ran full Android, and I had a touchscreen. It was amazing. It was great for emulation and stuff back in the day, but the inputs were a little bit weird. But anyways, yes, they make handheld gaming computers, both Android and Windows, and this latest one they've just announced is absolutely insane. Wait till you see the specs on this thing. And also they actually claim in the advertising that it's better than the Steam Deck. So just for a little bit of background, here's all the consoles and stuff they made before. They've made all sorts of little sliding display consoles with keyboards, Android consoles that look like a Nintendo 3DS. They've got their GPD Win, which also looks like a 3DS with a keyboard, full-size keyboard inside, and controls. But this is what they've announced, guys. They've announced something called the GPD Win4, and we're going to take a look at the page here. This is it. The GPD Win4: heat dissipation, power consumption, never compromise. AMD Ryzen 6800U processor. Now that is the latest. I think that's pretty much the latest mobile processor from AMD, and it probably packs more of a punch than the Steam Deck in terms of performance, which is nuts. Up to 32 gigabytes, 32 gigs of LPDDR5 RAM, and up to 2 terabyte NVMe SSD. And what does it look like to you? Does it look like a PlayStation Portable by any chance? Does it look like a PSP, a PlayStation Vita? You'd be forgiven for thinking it was. And it's got a slidey out screen. The screen swipes up, kind of like the old BlackBerry phones. And underneath, you've got a full-size keyboard. It's insane. So this is what it looks like in someone's hands. It looks pretty reasonable in size. It looks banana. How crazy is that, dude? So it's got a flip-out screen that slides down, and it still looks pretty damn portable and pocketable. That is insanely cool. This, if you ask me, is a lot better than the current Steam Deck, the state of the Steam Deck right now. Because on Steam Deck, if you want to type anything in, you have to invoke a virtual keyboard, which sometimes doesn't even pop up, by pressing like the Steam button and the options button up here or something like that. It's insane, and it's really a pain in the ass to try and type on the Steam Deck. If you're doing anything in the desktop mode, you really probably want to get like a external keyboard and mouse to really do anything. It's not easy. But this thing has a keyboard built in under the screen. It's gonna make setting up stuff like on Windows so much easier, dude. So it says they even claim in the market materials, guys, that it's better than the Steam Deck. Now, according to the specs, with the 6800U, I'd be inclined to believe them, because that is technically more powerful than the Steam Deck's current CPU, and it has an AMD Radeon 680M, also more powerful, comes in 16 or 32 gigs RAM. Insane. It's got a 6-inch screen, so not a 7-inch. I think 6-inch is smaller than, that's smaller than the Steam Deck's. 40 hertz and 60 hertz. So you can run this thing at 40 Hz like the Steam Deck. 1080p, okay, 368 ppi, so pretty good pixel per inch pixel density. It's got concealed physical keyboard with dome switch keys and intensity adjustable backlight. Hall sensor joysticks here, so these are like the joysticks that people have been banging on about. There's literally zero dead zone in them, and they use magnets to basically basically track how you move this thing. It's the most accurate, the least likely to fail out of all the thumbsticks so far. It's got 6-axis gyroscope in it, dual vibration motors, LED atmosphere lamp, so it's got maybe some RGB lighting under there. Large turbo fan, thick-walled dual heat pipes delivering an overall heat dissipation efficiency of 35% higher. 1 or 2 terabyte M2 SSD, so it does support M2 SSD, so you can potentially open this thing up and just slap an SSD in it. USB 4, dual Type-C charging, so it's got USB 4, which probably, I believe, could potentially allow you to hook up an external graphics card to this thing. So I'm looking forward to videos from people, maybe Linus Tech Tips if you're listening, getting your hands on one of these bad boys and maybe connecting up an external graphics amplifier through USB 4 just to see if it works. Like, can you imagine, dude? You don't need a gaming PC anymore. Insane. Optical finger navigation, so it's got a fingerprint, optical finger navigation. Is that, I don't know if that's a fingerprint reader or a touchpad. They're not very clear in their language here. 4G LTE module, so you can actually put a SIM card in this thing. I don't know if it's like a separate attachment. I think it could be a separate attachment you slap on this thing. It opens it up to 4G LTE. Why not 5G? It would be nice to have a 5G modem in here so we could like really access good speeds. But 4G LTE, I've seen in most cases 4G LTE for me has been faster than 5G in like every situation I've used it in so far. Smart docking stand, very cool. So it's going to have a dock that has a bunch of inputs, looks like USB, HDMI, Ethernet, you name it. And headphone, 3.5mm, AAC super linear dual stereo speakers, cool. Micro SD slot as well, UHSI bus A2 up to 160 megabytes a second transfer speed, a Windows 11 home, built-in Steam client, and Wi-Fi 6, which is important, especially if you're doing game stream or something like that. It supports SteamOS as well, apparently, so if you do want to run SteamOS on this thing, you can. It's like the dream. It's like everything that PlayStation fans have wanted from a PSP 2, right? Win4 also supports Win3's smart docking station. Only the back needs to be changed in order to match the backclip module. Win3's smart docking system is also supported by Win4, so if you have a Win3, you should be able to charge this thing on its dock. You'll need to replace the back panel that's compatible with the latter's back mount module. Besides providing charge, the docking station also provides a hub with multiple ports, allowing for an all-round solution for charging connections, other peripherals, such as wired network interface or external display. Very good. Interface listing, USB 3.2. So basically a lot of inputs. HDMI 2.1 supported, so you'll be able to run this thing. Wait, hold on. It supports HDMI 2.1 interface, supporting 4K at a refresh rate of 60. If it was truly HDMI 2.1, wouldn't it support 4K at 120 though? Weird. And an RJ 45 Ethernet port. Cool. Interfaces and keystroke photos, full USB 4, speed up to 40 gigabits, supports, so it does support external GPU, so guys, you could actually buy yourself the new 4090 graphics card, get an external graphics enclosure that supports it power-wise, that has a good PSU in it, and hook that via USB-C into the dock, or into this handheld, and basically give it a massive graphics boost, guys. Like, play games. The only bottleneck would probably be the CPU at that point. But my goodness, the things you could do to this thing. It's like, it's the options. It's so cool. So power delivery, fast charging, USB Type A, 10 gigabits rate, supports A2 level micro SD card slot, 160 read and write. And here it is. Here's the front and back of it. So we've got all our inputs here. A USB Type C on the top. We've got a USB A. We've got an air outlet, very much like the Steam Deck. Oh, it's a chunky boy, isn't it? That's a thick. That's like two PSPs. 2 or 3 PSPs stacked back to back. Micro SD is on the side. Interesting. I hope you don't have sweaty hands because it might go in and interfere with the connectors. I don't know. Left rocker, D-pad. You know what it looks like? It looks like one of those fake cheap Chinese AliExpress PSP knockoffs, doesn't it? It's like they've just taken the shell from one of those knockoff PSPs on AliExpress and just slapped their stuff in it. They didn't have to make it look this much like a damn PSP. So we've got analog triggers by the looks of it, I hope. Let me see, let me just confirm. R1, R2, yeah. So they look like analog triggers, I would hope so, on something like this. it does have a more ergonomic shape, so the thickness might work in its favor in that respect. 6-inch screen, start key, Xbox. Oh, they've even added an Xbox key. I guess for your cloud gaming. BIOS reset key. Okay. Ear inlet. Cool, cool, cool. Lanyard hole for a lanyard. God, can you imagine having this on your car keys, dude? God almighty. A versatile device with a variety of use cases to satisfy all your needs. It can not only play games but can also for work. You can carry it anywhere. It's a high performance handheld PC and productivity tool and can be compared to the current mainstream PC. Can you imagine having this thing in your pocket, dude? Is that a GPD Win4, or are you just happy to see me? The jokes, I can hear them now. Very cool. Look at that. Huh? In-game frame rate tests. So they've even included in-game frame rate tests. So Elden Ring. Wow. Oh, hello. Elden Ring, medium graphics, 60 to 65 FPS. God of War, low and FSR, 45 to 60 FPS. Grid Legends, 38 to 50. Forza Horizon 5, low settings, 100 to 125. Jesus. Far Cry 6, 60 to 76. God, it could just be the one console that brings 60 FPS gaming on the go for all the AAA games, maybe. Microsoft Flight Simulator 30 to 34, Halo Infinite, low 65 to 80, that is impressive. F1 2021, 54 to 64, World War Z, 38 to 41, that's kind of... FIFA 22, 108 to 132, Watch Dogs Legion, 55 to 61, Valorant, 107 to 116. Those are impressive, and I'm looking forward to seeing people like Linus Tech Tips and stuff like verify that with their own benchmarks, and there's a lot of people in the YouTube community that test these on a regular basis. They tried the world's smallest handheld console powered by AMD 6800U with a slider design running Windows 11 and supporting SteamOS. To date, Win4 is the world's smallest handheld console powered by a 6800U with a slider design and gamepad supporting dual systems. So this is Windows 11 and SteamOS adaptability provided by Valve. Okay, so is Valve supporting them with this? And here's the Steam Deck in comparison. That is ultra small. Look at the bezels as well. Let me just confirm that's the bezel size, because sometimes that is the bezel size. Jeez. Single core score. Okay, so here are the actual comparisons here, guys. This is where you're going to see a massive difference. So the Steam Deck single core score is 841 to 1,523 for the GPD Win4. That's massive. Multi-core score 8,896 to 3,700 for the Steam Deck. So basically, you're getting about almost double the performance for single core, and more than double the performance for multi-core. That is a massive performance boost, guys, on something this small. For the internal GPU, we're getting a 46% performance boost over the Steam Deck. Insane. 2TB SSD, 300. Well, you can crank the Steam Deck up if you want to 2TB, but you'd have to take it. Open it up. 32 gigs RAM over 16 volume, so 66.8% less volume. It's actually lighter than the Steam Deck, 14.8% lighter. Larger battery, 45.62 watt-hour battery, so 14% bigger battery. Supports external graphics. That's a big deal. That is actually a big deal. And supports dual OS, whereas the Steam Deck does. It's just not super intuitive right now. The round corner design is at both ends ensures more balanced distributed weight between hands. The protruding grip and unique anti-slip design promises a more comfortable gaming experience. Really like that. Also, it lets you switch between mouse and controller input. That's a lot like their existing handhelds. They've had that too. I think on the GPD Win. The old one. 6-inch eye protection screen. I guess it's got like a blue filler. Native landscape screen, slide design, 1080p resolution, and 368 ppi DC, light dimming without flickering problem. So like I says, the big use case for this keyboard, like I says, is huge, especially if you're setting up emulators. You're having to switch into desktop mode, you're having to type stuff in, use terminal, or command prompt, I should say, and rename files, folders, stuff like that. It's going to be massively improved over the current situation with the Steam Deck, having to bring up a virtual keyboard, which is nuts. That it doesn't, you have to have Steam open in the background, and sometimes when you're installing something for the Steam Deck, you have to disable Steam in some cases where you just can't use the keyboard then. So this is going to be a massive improvement. This is going to be nice having a damn keyboard under the screen that you can flip up. For those of you BlackBerry fans, for the nostalgia factor is going to be crazy. So this thing's going to be a powerful beast. And here's a comparison in terms of like just everything here. Crazy. Compared to a 1060. This thing's very comparable to a 1060 graphics card. Nuts. Quad channel, 1 to 2 terabyte, boom, 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 boom. Dedicated TDP adjusting tool, so you can adjust the TDP. What's the most it can support, I wonder? It looks like, God, it looked like it could support 16, 17, 18, 19, like up to like 20, I'd say probably up to 24 TDP. You're going to have a really poor battery life at that point, but the fact that you can customize the TDP and the wattage is really impressive and great for those tinkerers that really want to try and get the best and most performance out of this thing. So I love how you can, and like I said, guys, GPD is a really trustworthy, reliable company. You know, they've been making these handhelds for a long time. This isn't just some new company that's popped out of the blue. These guys have been working on this. Oh gosh, look at this, guys. Oh no. Supports Play Night, open source, front end, 23 classic theme desktop switch. Really, they're even promoting, guys, like emulating the Steam Deck, like piracy. So Nintendo Switch, Wii U, PS3, Steam. Access your Steam, PS3, Wii U, and Nintendo Switch library, all on the GPD Win4. In a nice little interface, so it looks all nice. Piracy's never felt this good. Oh my god, 14 main game library platform data sources, 28 game library integration, supports emulator game libraries. Really nice. Look at all the cloud streaming stuff it supports too. Wow. Exclusive back-mounted 4G LTE module optional. Supports connection to all mobile networks, allowing you to play the games anytime and anywhere you want. That is great for people traveling, especially like my friend British Computer Guy who travels like every week. You know, being able to take this with them and slap in a SIM card and, you know, play Warzone on the go with us, that would be really cool. 2 physical reprogrammable back buttons, allows users to remap back buttons as well, remappable, very nice. L1, R1 trigger buttons offer RGB ambient lighting effects across different lighting modes. So this is where the RGB lights are going to come in. They're going to come in through these clear shoulder buttons, very much like they look like the PSP ones, but they've got RGBs inside, which is a nice touch. So the L2, R2 are linear analog trigger buttons supporting progressive press, which allows subtle acceleration in racing games. Okay. Progressive press. So basically analog triggers. 27 degrees, not a massive amount, but I've actually noticed the Steam Deck has a big range of motion in the analog triggers here. I don't know if I can try and catch this on camera, but these go down a lot, it feels like, and it's kind of hindered me a little bit in F1 because you have to put a lot more effort into controlling the throttle on racing games. But really cool. So they are including analog triggers, which, like I said, is going to be great for racing games. Hall sensor, double 3D large joysticks, going back to the original asymmetric layout, comparable to the top grade Famitsu and Sanwa joysticks. Really good thumbsticks here. These aren't going to fail on you anytime soon, and you're going to get like 0 dead spots. So they're really cramming everything in this. I really want this now. I really actually want this. 6-axis gyroscope. That's going to be good for emulation and for aim assist. Concealed physical keyboard with dome switch keys and brightness adjustable backlight. Like, this goes on forever, but this thing is just absolutely amazing, guys. Still stereo, finger navigation. So this is basically gonna be the alternative to the Steam Deck's touchpad, which I think that's been one of the biggest complaints in the like on the Neo and stuff like that, is the fact that it doesn't have a touchpad for easy navigation on Windows. So this touchpad is going to be fantastic alongside the keyboard for navigating Windows and setting up stuff like emulators and stuff on the desktop view. That's going to be really handy. Retain fingerprint unlock, avoiding entering password every time. Also, it does have a fingerprint sensor on the left side. Jeez, and look, talking about emulation, dude. Look, they've literally got the Nintendo Switch and a bunch of pirated games on their advertising here. Nintendo's lawyers are already rubbing their hands together. God almighty. Entirely new USB 4 port with data transfer up to 40 gigs. Yeah, so you can connect up an external graphics amplifier like we talked about. Holy crap. This thing is truly next level. How much does it cost? $10,000? How much is it? I want to buy it. I need to buy. Order now. Yes. Order? It will let me order it. I need to order this now. I really need to order this, dude. Like, I really want this. I might actually sell my Steam Deck for this thing. I'm not kidding. It's. I mean, okay, maybe not, because I love my Steam Deck. But god damn, does this make me want to buy it? Anyways, guys, I didn't know when I went into this video that this thing would have this many things and this much going for it. Stay tuned. Click the like, click the bell icon to be notified, and click subscribe, obviously. Subscribe, bell icon to be notified of more videos on this device, because I really want to get more into this. I want to delve into it, and hopefully I want to get my hands on one, which would be amazing. So please click the bell icon. And holy crap, mind is blown. Steam Deck. Steam Deck's crying right now. But no, I love the Steam Deck. Get yourself a Steam Deck. I bet this thing's gonna be way more expensive than the Steam Deck. So yeah, it might be more powerful, but this thing is great value. I don't think you're gonna get something as good value as this, the same performance. Valve really hit it out of the park with this. But if you're wanting something more powerful than the Steam Deck, this might be the one to go for, guys. Seriously. Anyways, guys, please like, subscribe, click the bell icon. I'm Blaze2K. Have a wonderful day, by the way. Enjoy your weekend that's coming up. And yeah, stay tuned for more news on this bad boy. Alright, guys, see you in the next one. Bye.